Hey, it's Drybear, and it's about time that I come clean about Diablo 4. And I've been thinking this for a while now, and after all the recent changes and announcements that the team at Blizzard has been giving us, all of the direction that they've been giving us, and the state of the game as it is right now in Season 1, I feel that it is time that I tell you that I am having a good time. I definitely had a couple of you go in there for a second. I just wanted to make a video addressing kind of the state of the public perception for Diablo 4 right now, especially following ExileCon yesterday, talking about Path of Exile 2 and everyone getting excited about that, and generally just having to look at both sides of where the community is for Diablo 4 right now. I think there's definitely a lot of positivity out there, but there's certainly what seems to be much more negativity around Diablo 4. And some of it is warranted and justified, and I feel like some of it isn't. And I wanted to get into that today in this video. And the first thing that I want to talk about is something that I think I have a unique perspective on, having been a developer for games for a long time, and having been a consumer of games for a long time, and having been a content creator for games for a long time, looking at basically being on every side of the fence and looking over and seeing what the other side is experiencing. And I wanted to just kind of share my thoughts on what that was. And the first thing that I think a lot of people don't really grasp or understand or give enough credit to is the concept that I used to say this all the time in game development, but for some reason, people always seem to have a habit of mistaking incompetence for malevolence. And this happens all the time. I think it happens a lot in gaming. Especially if a company is big or has, if they're a public traded company or something like that. I think people do not give enough credit to the possibility of human error or making mistakes or having oversight. And oftentimes they will credit things that happen that are not the best as being something that's intentionally evil or trying to ruin the human race or steal, lift up all the small kids and shake them for all their money, that sort of thing. So there's been a lot of things that have been happening for Diablo 4, things like not having the confirmation screen on the battle pass. I think there's a lot of people that thought that that was primarily just to try to trick people into spending money. There definitely is plenty of this when it comes to MTX and microtransactions online for games now, but I don't think that this was the case. I think what I'm seeing from the Diablo 4 team is that and I think this is just a consequence of what's been happening with the company over the last couple of years. I do think that there are some, maybe greener people that had to step into roles that they are new at. And a lot of the issues that I'm seeing prop up for a game like Diablo 4 are issues that you would only really get to see solved ahead of time if you had someone that had been doing it for a very, very, very long time. And this is something that is very common in any industry or discipline. It's not exclusive to game development or software development. But when you are first coming into the scene of a new industry or a new discipline, and you're smart and you're young and you're working hard, and then you have someone who's been there for 15 years, and you're wondering, why does the person that's been there for 15 years or has been doing it for a very long time, why are they paid more? Why are they considered senior or considered principal? And it's not necessarily that they can do a better job in some cases. While this is usually true, the big reason why that experience is so valuable is because regardless of who the person is and what kind of where they are on the Peter Principle, on how effective they are as an individual or what they know and what they can accomplish individually, a lot of it comes down to them just having experienced and made more mistakes than the people that are newer. And a lot of times what they'll be able to do, because they've made so many mistakes and they've experienced all the pitfalls and they've walked down all the avenues and screwed up and fell on their face and got back up and kept going, they're able to kind of see problems before they happen. And that's where experience really comes in clutch, is that you can say, okay, if we do this, I have experienced problems in the past that would cause this to happen. So preemptively, let's make this change or implement this feature or have this concept in place or talk about this before it happens, that sort of thing. And a lot of what I'm seeing from Diablo 4 Not that I'm saying that, not trying to like knock or be negative in any way, but it's it's honest mistakes. I feel like it's things where like they're learning from it and they're growing from it and they're implementing changes. And honestly, after watching the patch preview yesterday, I'm very encouraged. I think that they have their own ideas of where they want to take the game, and I think that they are very open and honest about the shortcomings. A lot of things that they've acknowledged so far have been very accurate. They seem to have a good understanding of what the problems are and are diligently working to try and overcome them. So I think that is probably the most important thing when you look at communications with developers. Are they on the same page as you, and are they trying to get to the same point that you want the game to be in? And it seems like they are. It just takes time and it takes development, and then sometimes it takes the right people in the right positions to change their mind, or maybe someone really has crazy ideas that they want to explore, and until they explore them, they're not going to be able to get off that horse and go on to something else. So I think that Diablo 4 is poised to be a very, very good game, at least by Season 2. I think there's a lot going on there. I would definitely agree, and I think the criticism that Season 1 is very light is a bit of an understatement. And I think this was something that, you know, I've done this before in games I've worked on. We're like, okay, let's plan a release, and then let's plan as quickly as possible within 4 to 8 weeks a big, you know, content update that will capture whatever, you know, hype that we have on release and keep those people interested in moving forward, even if it means that we can't put as many cycles on it. At least it's like we have another beat that's coming afterwards that keeps people interested and keeps people looking. And I think that's what Season 1 was. It's like, okay, we don't have as many dev cycles or resources to make this the best season ever, but it's something new and it's different and something to explore. And it's better than having the game sit on the release version for 4 months and have people get bored and walk away. Right now, people are exploring how crazy the barber is and all of that. I think another encouraging aspect is just how awesome Exile Con was. I mean, looking at Path of Exile 2, it was very cool. They had a lot to show, and it was honestly a very exciting experience to see where that game is going and see the release of the announcement of the new season for Path of Exile 1. And I think that if the team that I've seen on the campfire chats and on Twitter and on that genuinely care about the game and want to see Diablo 4 grow, if they take that looming competition of Path of Exile 2 to heart and they let it push them to newer heights and use the resources that they have as one of the bigger publishers in gaming, I think this game could seriously reach some very high heights. And I wanted to kind of make a video just to talk about that, and also just to reassure the people that, you know, I'm seeing lots of negativity online. If I go to Reddit, it's all bad, 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 and D4 bad. And I even saw people, like even people on the broadcast for Path of Exile, bad-mouthing Diablo 4 while representing the company, which I think is bad form. But in general, I think it's easy to get caught up in that negativity and just feel like, okay, well, this is doomed. Let me jump off. But you know, if you're having fun, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the game. I'm still leveling my Druid. I'm almost 100, so I'm pushing towards that. But don't let the negativity kind of feel like it's the only voice out there. And yeah, so there you go. So if you found value in the video, leave a like down below. Leave a comment for the algorithm. Help this video get seen by more people. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed yourself today, leave a like down below. You can support me and my work on Patreon and view Patreon exclusive content. Link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.